Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to this witchy little booth that we have been working on. Great news, the bricks arrived for making our brick circle here. The reflecting globe also arrived. It is aggressively too large. We are trying to get a resized one at this point, and by we, I mean myself and I. In this episode, I think we will be, don't be alarmed by this dead beaver over here, it's fine. Measuring perhaps some dowels to put in here, reconsidering the idea of placing a little extension here that kind of encloses the register area. And then for this back area, I got this, I've already snapped it apart, I forgot to record that, but I got this like kind of modular shelf that makes 6 square areas that would hold the horns we have to make for the calico critters to wear. Now, when we do that, this is the fake glass was ideal and not ideal. In the ideal sense, it was clear, so the light will shine through it once I light the top of this. It is not ideal in the sense that it looks like plastic trash. And so I tried to snap it apart, and I was successful. I did get these off of there, which were making it look very I don't know, gingerbread cottagey. It wasn't cute. And I've broken them all apart, and I only minorly broke the back of one shelf. But I'm thinking if I paint the parts that stick out the sides and the tall parts, it will look like a wooden shelf that is just holding panels of glass, which would be preferable to the weird gingerbread shelf. We also have the booth numbers for Sarah's booth, which is 631 at the Ren Festival. I have spray paint on my hand from spray painting frogs. Don't worry about it. And they just fit on the width of this because I have brain Tetris up to 25 millimeters. All right, so anyway, we'll be making horns as our item to be sold for this episode, and we will be adjusting things, you know, all over the place. I also need to make a small curtain rod for the back of this. Well, either way, let's get started. I think I will begin by trying to prime one of these, the sides of these at least, so that they are ready to be turned back into a shelf. Yes, I think that is a good course of action. All right, paint these first and just kind of work through things, and I will be back to chat with you as we switch tasks because we have to make horns. And I think that using luster dust will be the easiest way to color those, and then UV resin because they're small. That may require some experimentation, but we're here to do it together, and let's continue the witchy shop. All right, let's go. Oh wait, let me explain the dead beaver. This beaver I have hacked the whiskers off of because we needed a groundhog. You would not believe how hard it is to find a tiny groundhog that's to scale. That's, you know, 1/16 of a groundhog. Anyway, I have this hole over here because I don't know that I've told you the story. The groundhogs dig up Sarah's floor every year at the Ren Fair, and she doesn't feel right evicting the groundhogs because she's only there for a month and they live there year round. So she just fixes the floor. But we have this perfect void over here that looks just like a groundhog hole under the floor. So I was thinking that we would cut this little groundhog's head off and ram it in there. So it looks like he's poking a little head out, like he does, destroying Sarah's floor every year. So cute. We can see in the little storage area back there. We're working it out. These we will fix. We're learning how to dry brush. It's hard. All right, well, this should be fun, and we're going to decapitate this beaver after I paint his head with primer along with the shelves. So that should be fun. All right, let's go. Well, good morning. It is the following day. Everything is nice and dry. Our letters are nice and cured. We are going to continue on this magical adventure by taking our now primed shelves and painting them to look like wood with, I think, like leather brown was this lighter color of wood. So we'll do that, and we will repaint the face of this gopher that is once a beaver. We will be repainting his face, and we will be using mica powder inside of these horns and attempting to cast them in UV resin. I have a slightly runnier UV resin we'll try, but I'm thinking I might have to draw it up into a syringe to get all the way down to the bottom of this weird little spiral horn. I doubt that what I have is runny enough to get all the way to the bottom. Anyway, I hope you'll stick around, and I hope you're enjoying yourself as we go on this craft adventure. Eventually, we'll be finishing this off with grass tufts and all that, but let's see if we can get our shelf and our gopher set to rights and make a few sets of horns. All right, let's go. Well, good morning. It is the following morning, and I did go back and paint the center beam of our now wood and glass shelf. So I will install that, and then we have all of our horns to pop off of the silicone mat, which hopefully it will pop off of. I didn't actually check and see if the glue wouldn't stick to it. Anyway, we'll slap a little bead on these and put some on our shelf, and I think that will do it for this episode. We'll be back to install a new marble, grasses, more for sale accoutrement, and you know, some general chicanery. We have to make a curtain for the back, all kinds of nonsense. All right, well, the last part of this video will be me putting little, well, making these into little circles that would theoretically go on the heads of the calico critters. All right, well, let's get started.